Hey everyone, it's Reagan Black. I'm coming in here with another 60-second inspiration for your writing journey, and I'm having to do this on the couch. We're dog sitting, and we just had a big thunderstorm roll through, and the greyhound and the little shepherd mix over here, they are a little afraid of thunderstorms, and so I don't want to move now that everybody's settled and napping now that the storm's through. So I'm just going to do this scope right quick, bring you some 60-second inspiration for your writing journey, and move on. So there you have it. Hey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So just to start fresh, I'm Reagan Black. I'm a USA Today best-selling author. Hey, how you doing? I like to remind people I didn't get there by myself, and I didn't get there all at once. It took time. So I really wanted to focus. My quote is actually on focus and what to do when you've got distractions and things like that. I was just really getting the story humming when this big thunderstorm rolled through, and there was no way. These guys needed so much comfort, these dogs that were sitting. I had to, set my Alpha Smart aside and just decide to take a break until the thunderstorm passed. And it kind of just pointed out to me that distractions happened. While I wasn't happy about having to make that decision, it's okay. I'm not on any kind of a strict deadline, and I knew it would pass. But I wanted to talk about focus and give you some tips to move forward, just to bring yourself back in. Because now that the storm's passed and these guys are settled in, I can get back to my writing, right? But distractions happen to us all the time. At least they do to me. And one of my first tips for you is to keep just some scratch paper nearby. Whether you write by pen and paper or you write by your computer, keep some sort of notepad nearby that has nothing to do with your writing. And when an idea crops up into your head and tries to divert you, whether it's an idea for another story, whether it's your grocery list, whether it's a phone call you have to make, go ahead and just write that down on your scratch paper, move it aside, and go back to your story. Okay, just let that distraction go, unless it's something like, I smell something burning, the house must be on fire. Then that's something that needs your attention. But if the house isn't on fire, make a note and go back to your writing. Devote yourself to your writing time. That's been a good tip for me. Being a mom, wife, pet owner, things crop up all the time, right? And I'll just make myself a note, oh yeah, I need to take care of that when I'm done with my writing, and then I'll go back. My second tip for you today is to use timers. I use timers all the time, and that's another reason why the notepad is handy. So if I'm on a 20-minute writing sprint, an hour-long investment, whatever I've got working with my timer, I can make a note about whatever the distraction is and get back to the story and maximize my writing time. If you've not used timers for your writing before, they can be really, really beneficial. When I'm stalled out on a story or things just aren't rolling, I'll set a timer for just 10 minutes and just write, stream of consciousness basically, just action notes, anything, just write for 10 minutes till the story gets rolling. It works for nonfiction too. So timer is another way to really focus. And if you're having focus problems, set that timer for a really short sprint. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then extend the amount of time that you're devoting to your writing when as your focus returns and your concentration comes back, okay? And my third tip for you today, if you've got an issue focusing like I've had this afternoon with all these distractions, is this was really when it's important to know your process. Do you like to have a cup of tea when you're writing? Do you need a big bottle of water nearby? Do you like the scent of mint or candles or something like that? Is there a scent that you associate with your writing? I know peppermint essential oil can be very, very handy for focus. I use that myself a lot. Just diffuse peppermint oil in my diffuser is really good for focus. There's some different oil blends that are excellent for focus. So things like that. That's when it's really important to know your process. And if you're not sure, then take some time. A lot of times if I'm towards the end of a writing session and I really just want to get some more work done, I will take a break, go brew a cup of tea, and come back and then write until that tea is gone. Okay, does that make sense? So it's really helpful. I have coffee through the morning. In the afternoons I try to switch to tea, and in the evenings too, whatever works. But that's when it's really helpful to know your process, okay? So my 3 tips today to help you focus are to remember that distractions happen. So have scratch paper handy when something crops up, unless the house is on fire. Keep your butt in the chair, keep your hands on the keyboard, and just make yourself a little note about that distraction and move on. If it's something more serious, you'll know how to deal with that. My second tip for you is a timer, and you can use that for short sprints or long durations. I promise you the world has never yet ended. When I've set a timer and walked away from my phone and turned off the internet, the world has not ended when my time is up. Okay, so be assured the world will not end for you at that point. And then the next thing is to really, my third tip is to know your process. If there's a familiar scent that keeps you focused, dial into that. If there's a tea or you need a hot beverage or something like that, dial into that when you really need to focus. Okay? I hope those 3 tips help. I am Reagan Black, and I'll be back again soon with more 60 seconds of inspiration for your writing journey. If you need me in the meantime, please visit my website, reaganblack.com. There's plenty of books there for writers. You can find my email address over there and shoot me a question if you've got one. Just let me know. I'm happy to help out. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon, and I will see you all again soon with more 60-second inspiration for your writing journey. Take care and write well, guys.